Welcome to Historic Coins Vault, where every coin tells a story and every discovery could be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving into the rarest U.S. coins, some so valuable, collectors would pay a small fortune just to hold them. Stay with us, because what you're about to see might surprise even the most seasoned treasure hunters. Top 5. Today we are going to explore a classic American coin that has quietly circulated for decades, the Washington quarter. At first glance, this coin might seem completely ordinary. After all, millions of quarters have passed through hands across the United States for generations. But experienced collectors understand that certain coins from specific years can become extremely desirable when unique characteristics appear. The Washington quarter has an important place in American coin history. The design was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Since then, the portrait of Washington has remained one of the most recognizable images in American currency. On the front of the 1979 quarter, you can see the detailed profile of George Washington facing left. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the year of issue. This classic design has become a symbol of American heritage and has appeared on billions of coins produced by the United States Mint. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic American eagle with its wings spread wide. In its talons the eagle holds a bundle of arrows, representing strength and readiness to defend the nation. Beneath the eagle are olive branches, symbolizing peace. This powerful design has made the Washington quarter one of the most recognizable coins in the world. While millions of 1979 quarters were minted, collectors know that not every coin is the same. In fact, the smallest details can sometimes turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. One of the most important factors in coin collecting is condition. Most quarters spend years in circulation, moving from one person to another, picking up scratches, wear, and dull surfaces along the way. Because of this, coins that remain in brilliant uncirculated condition are much harder to find. When a coin still has sharp details, smooth surfaces, and bright mint luster, collectors begin to pay very close attention, but condition alone is not the only reason a coin becomes valuable. Some of the most exciting discoveries in coin collecting come from minting errors. During the minting process, heavy presses strike metal blanks using engraved dies. Occasionally, unexpected mechanical issues or imperfections in the dies can create coins with unusual features. Some collectors have discovered quarters with doubled lettering, where parts of the design appear to have been struck twice. Others have found coins with off-center strikes, where the design is shifted slightly to one side of the coin. Die cracks can also appear as thin raised lines across the surface of a coin, while die chips can create small bumps in the design. Another detail that collectors carefully examine is the mint mark. In 1979, quarters were produced at several facilities of the United States Mint, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced coins with slightly different characteristics, and collectors often search for the best preserved examples from each location. Proof coins produced in San Francisco are also especially interesting to collectors because they were made with extra care and feature mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs. When these coins remain in perfect condition, they can become very desirable among serious collectors. Professional coin grading plays a major role in determining value as well. Experts examine coins under magnification and assign them a grade based on how well they have been preserved. Coins that receive extremely high grades are incredibly rare because very few coins survive decades of circulation without damage. This is why coin collectors often spend hours studying their coins carefully. A tiny detail that most people would never notice could reveal a rare variety or a perfectly preserved specimen. That moment of discovery is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. The 1979 Washington quarter may look like a simple everyday coin, but its long history, iconic design, and potential for rare errors make it an exciting piece for collectors. Many people may have spent these coins without realizing that some examples could be much more special than they appear. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. Under very rare circumstances, when a 1979 Washington quarter appears in exceptional condition or features a remarkable minting error, collectors have placed astonishing values on certain examples. Some extraordinary pieces have reached a value of $88,000. Yes, a single quarter from 1979 with the right rarity, condition, and collector demand could reach $88,000. So the next time you receive change, take a closer look at your quarters. That small coin with George Washington's portrait might be more than just pocket change. It could be a fascinating collectible hiding right in front of you. Top 4. We're going to explore a very interesting coin that has quietly circulated through millions of hands, the Washington quarter. At first glance, the 1982 quarter may look completely ordinary. You might even have one sitting in a jar, a drawer, or mixed with other spare change. But for collectors and coin enthusiasts, this coin has some fascinating features that make it worth examining carefully. The Washington quarter has been a part of American currency for many decades. The design first appeared in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. Since then, his portrait has remained one of the most recognizable images on American coins. On the front side of the 1982 quarter you can see Washington's detailed profile facing left. Around the portrait are the familiar words Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the year of issue. The design is both simple and powerful, representing the heritage and traditions of the United States. The reverse side of the coin features the classic American eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle holds arrows in its claws, symbolizing strength and readiness, while olive branches beneath represent peace. This iconic design was used on Washington quarters for many decades and became a symbol of American coinage produced by the United States Mint. Although millions of these quarters were produced, the year 1982 is especially interesting to collectors. During that time, the United States Mint stopped including traditional mint sets for collectors for a short period. Because of this, high-quality uncirculated examples from that year are harder to find than many other dates. Most quarters from 1982 quickly entered circulation and were used in everyday transactions. Over time, they developed scratches, worn surfaces, and faded details. This is why coins that remain in excellent condition with sharp designs and bright mint luster are much more valuable to collectors, but the excitement doesn't stop there. One of the most thrilling aspects of coin collecting is the discovery of mint errors. During the minting process, coins are struck under powerful machines using engraved metal dies. Occasionally, small mechanical issues or imperfections occur, creating coins that are slightly different from the standard design. Collectors have discovered quarters with off-center strikes where part of the design appears shifted. Others show doubled lettering or numbers, where certain details appear to have been stamped twice. These doubled designs can sometimes be seen in the date or lettering around the coin. Another type of error that collectors search for is a die crack. This happens when the metal die used to strike the coin develops a crack, leaving a raised line on the finished coin. Die chips can also occur, creating small bumps or unusual shapes in the design. Mint marks are another important detail collectors pay attention to. In 1982, Washington quarters were produced at multiple facilities of the United States Mint, including Philadelphia and Denver. Each mint produced coins with slightly different characteristics, and collectors often try to find the best preserved examples from each location. Professional grading also plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. Expert grading services carefully examine coins under magnification and assign them a grade based on how well they have been preserved. Coins that achieve the highest grades are extremely rare because very few coins survive years of circulation without damage. This is why coin collectors spend so much time carefully studying their coins with magnifying tools and bright lighting. A tiny detail that most people would never notice can turn a normal coin into a rare collectible. Discovering such a coin can be an exciting moment for any collector. The 1982 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how an everyday coin can become fascinating when you look closely. Its connection to American history, its classic design, and the possibility of rare mint errors make it an exciting piece for coin enthusiasts around the world. And now comes the part everyone has been waiting for. Under very rare circumstances, when a 1982 Washington quarter appears in exceptional condition or features a rare minting error, collectors have placed astonishing values on certain examples. Some remarkable specimens have reached a value of $86,000. Yes, a single quarter from 1982 with the right rarity, condition, and collector demand could reach $86,000. So the next time you receive change, take a moment to look carefully at your quarters. That small coin with George Washington's portrait might not be just ordinary pocket change. It could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Top 3. We're going to take a closer look at a classic American coin that many people have seen but few truly examine carefully, the the Washington quarter. This coin is part of one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The Washington quarter first appeared in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design quickly became one of the most recognizable images on American currency and has remained a favorite among collectors for decades. On the front side of the 1987 quarter, you can see the familiar portrait of George Washington facing left. Around his image appear the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year of issue. This design represents both American history and the legacy of the nation's first president. The reverse side of the coin displays the iconic American eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and defense, while olive branches beneath represent peace. This powerful design was used for many years on quarters produced by the United States Mint, making it a true symbol of American coinage. Now, you might be wondering what makes the 1987 quarter interesting for collectors. After all, millions of these coins were minted and circulated across the country. The answer lies in a combination of rarity and high condition and the possibility of unique mint errors. Most coins from 1987 quickly entered circulation and were used in everyday transactions. Over time they developed scratches, worn surfaces, and dull details. Because of this, coins that remain in brilliant uncirculated condition with strong design details and original mint shine are much more difficult to find. Collectors are always searching for coins that appear almost perfect even decades after they were minted. These high-grade coins are rare because only a small number manage to avoid heavy circulation. Another exciting reason collectors examine these coins closely is the possibility of minting errors. During the minting process, powerful machines strike blank metal discs using engraved dies. Occasionally something unexpected happens during this process, creating coins that look slightly different from the standard design. Some collectors have discovered quarters with doubled lettering or numbers where parts of the design appear to be stamped twice. Others have found off-center strikes where the design is slightly shifted toward one side of the coin, leaving part of the blank metal visible. Die cracks are another interesting error that collectors search for. When the metal die used to strike the coin develops a small crack, it can leave a raised line across the surface of the coin. Die chips can also appear as small bumps or unusual shapes within the design. Mint marks are another important detail collectors pay attention to. In 1987, Washington quarters were produced at different facilities of the United States Mint, including Philadelphia and Denver. Each mint produced coins with slightly different characteristics, and collectors often search for the finest examples from each location. Professional coin grading also plays a major role in determining a coin's value. Expert grading services carefully examine coins under magnification and assign them a grade that reflects their level of preservation. Coins that receive extremely high grades are incredibly rare because most coins experience years of wear in circulation. That is why coin collectors often spend hours examining their coins using magnifying tools and bright lighting. Sometimes the smallest detail, a tiny doubling in the lettering or a perfectly preserved surface, can transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible. The 1987 Washington quarter is a great reminder that even common coins can become fascinating when you look closely. Its connection to American history, its classic design, and the possibility of rare mint errors make it an exciting coin for collectors to study. And now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. Under very rare circumstances, when a 1987 Washington quarter appears in exceptional condition or features a rare minting error, collectors have placed remarkable values on certain examples. Some outstanding specimens have reached a value of $82,000. Yes, a single quarter from 1987 with the right rarity, condition, and collector demand could reach $82,000. So the next time you receive change, take a closer look at your quarters. That small coin with the portrait of George Washington might not be just everyday pocket change. It could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Top 2. We're taking a closer look at a classic American coin that has quietly circulated for decades, the Washington quarter. At first glance, the 1991 quarter looks just like many other quarters used in daily transactions. But when collectors examine coins carefully, they sometimes discover rare varieties, mint errors, or exceptional condition that can transform a simple coin into a valuable collectible. The Washington quarter design has a long and important history in the United States. It was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. Since then, his portrait has become one of the most recognizable images on American coins. On the front of the 1991 quarter, you can see the detailed profile of George Washington facing left. Around the portrait are the familiar inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the year of minting. This design represents American heritage and the legacy of the nation's first president. The reverse side of the coin displays the powerful American eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle holds arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and protection, while olive branches below represent peace. This classic design was used for many decades on quarters produced by the United States Mint and remains one of the most iconic coin designs in the country. Now you might be wondering why collectors pay special attention to a quarter from 1991. After all, millions of these coins were produced. The answer lies in two important factors that can dramatically increase a coin's desirability: condition and minting errors. Most 1991 quarters entered circulation immediately after they were minted. They were used in stores, vending machines, and everyday transactions across the country. Over time, this heavy use caused scratches, worn edges, and faded details. Because of this, coins that remain in brilliant uncirculated condition are much harder to find today. Collectors love coins that still show their original mint luster, sharp lettering, and crisp details. A coin that looks almost new even after decades can be very appealing to serious collectors, but the real excitement often begins when unusual minting errors are discovered. During the coin production process, metal blanks are struck by powerful presses using engraved dies. Occasionally something unexpected happens during this process, creating coins with unusual features. One error collectors search for is doubling, where letters or numbers appear slightly duplicated due to movement during the striking process. This doubling can sometimes be seen in the date or the lettering around the coin. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the metal blank is not perfectly aligned when it is struck, causing the design to appear shifted toward one side of the coin. These coins immediately stand out because part of the design is missing while a blank area remains visible. Die cracks are another type of error collectors love to find. When the die used to stamp the design develops a crack, it leaves a thin raised line across the surface of the coin. Die chips can also appear as small bumps or irregular shapes in the design. Mint marks are another detail collectors carefully examine. In 1991, quarters were produced at multiple facilities of the United States Mint, including Philadelphia and Denver. Each mint produced coins with slightly different characteristics, and collectors often search for the best preserved examples from each location. Professional grading services also play a major role in determining a coin's value. Experts carefully inspect coins under magnification and assign them grades based on their condition. Coins that receive the highest grades are extremely rare because most coins experience years of wear in circulation. Because of this, collectors spend hours examining their coins with magnifying glasses and bright lights, searching for tiny details that others might overlook. Sometimes a coin that looks completely ordinary turns out to be a rare discovery. The 1991 Washington quarter is a great reminder that coin collecting is full of surprises. Its classic design, its connection to American history, and the possibility of rare mint errors make it an exciting coin for collectors to study and search for. And now comes the moment every coin hunter has been waiting for. Under very rare circumstances, when a 1991 Washington quarter appears in exceptional condition or features a rare minting error, collectors have placed astonishing values on certain examples. Some remarkable specimens have reached a value of $80,000. Yes, a single quarter from 1991 with the right rarity, condition, and collector demand could reach $80,000. Top 1. We are exploring a coin that has caught the attention of collectors across the world, the Washington quarter. This coin belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series produced by the United States Mint. The series originally began in 1932 to honor George Washington, and over the decades it has become one of the most recognized coins in American currency. By the early 1990s, these quarters were already a familiar part of everyday life in the United States. The front side of the 1992 Washington quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington facing left. The design is simple yet powerful, with the word Liberty above his head and the national motto, In God We Trust, beside the portrait. The year 1992 appears clearly below, marking the moment this coin entered circulation. The reverse side carries a design that collectors have admired for decades. It features a strong and elegant eagle with wings spread wide, holding arrows and olive branches. This image represents both strength and peace, two ideals that have long been important in American symbolism. The eagle design gives the coin a bold and balanced appearance that many collectors appreciate. At first glance, the 1992 Washington quarter might appear to be a very common coin. After all, millions of them were produced and released into circulation. But experienced collectors know that the true excitement of coin collecting lies in the tiny details that most people overlook. Sometimes, small variations or minting mistakes can transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible. These rare features often appear during the minting process when the coin dies strike the metal planchets under tremendous pressure. One of the most fascinating possibilities collectors look for in the 1992 Washington quarter is a double die error. This occurs when the design of the coin is stamped more than once by the minting die but slightly misaligned each time. The result can create a doubling effect on certain letters or parts of the design. While the difference may be subtle, collectors recognize this as a rare and valuable feature. Another unusual error that can appear is an off-center strike. During the minting process, if the metal blank is not positioned perfectly in the press, the design may be struck slightly away from the center. This can leave part of the coin blank while the rest of the design appears shifted to one side. Coins with this dramatic appearance are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Some 1992 quarters have also been discovered with die cracks or die chips. Over time, the minting dies can develop tiny fractures after striking thousands of coins. These fractures leave raised lines or small bumps on the surface of the coin. While they may look like imperfections to most people, collectors often see them as unique characteristics that make the coin stand out. Another important factor that influences a coin's value is its condition. Most quarters that circulate in everyday use become worn over time. Their surfaces develop scratches, the edges become smoother, and the fine details of the design gradually fade away. However, coins that remain in brilliant uncirculated condition are much harder to find. These coins still display sharp details, crisp lettering, and a bright original shine that reflects light beautifully. A 1992 Washington quarter preserved in this kind of condition can become extremely attractive to collectors. Imagine discovering a coin where the portrait of George Washington still appears sharp and detailed, the eagle on the reverse remains bold, and the surface looks almost exactly as it did when it left the mint decades ago. Finding a coin like that can feel like uncovering a hidden piece of history. This is why many coin enthusiasts carefully examine every coin they receive in change. A forgotten coin jar, an old collection, or even a handful of coins from a store could contain a rare and valuable discovery waiting to be noticed. Over the years, rare examples of the 1992 Washington quarter have gained attention in the collector market, especially those featuring minting errors or preserved in exceptional condition. When a coin combines these rare characteristics, its value can increase far beyond its original face value of just 25 cents, and now comes the moment that truly surprises many collectors and viewers alike. Among the rarest and most remarkable examples of the 1992 Washington quarter, particularly those with unusual minting errors and outstanding preservation, some coins have reached astonishing values. One exceptional specimen has been valued at an incredible $80,000. Yes, a simple quarter that most people might overlook could actually be worth $80,000. That is the incredible excitement of coin collecting, where a small piece of metal can carry history, rarity, and the possibility of an amazing treasure. So the next time you receive a quarter in your change, take a closer look before spending it. Examine the details carefully, search for unusual marks or doubling, and pay attention to coins that appear especially sharp and well preserved. You never know when an ordinary coin might turn out to be an extraordinary discovery. Happy collecting, and keep exploring the amazing stories hidden inside everyday coins.